This is A. Renee from Journal, Jot, and Jive. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by the channel. And if by the end of the video you say, I think I'm gonna like this channel with her, I don't know something about her, then make sure at the end of the video you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so every time I post you are in the know. To my returning subscribers, hey y'all, what's going on? All right, so by the title, it should say something like back to school shopping informational closeout, something like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that video, but let's first talk about the start of your day. It's Friday. It's the day that a lot of you all are doing backflips, herkies, toe touches, and all those great things. And yeah, so my day actually started early. One of my goals for this month was to wake up early. And I just wanted to give a little motivation before we get into this back to school finale. When you set your goals and your intentions, be very specific, okay? So I said, hey, I want to get up early. I need to get up early so I can get some stuff done. And I've already gotten quite a bit done. But the reason I woke up early is because maybe 3 or 4 streets over, somebody felt like shooting off 12 rounds of a 45. I don't know if they reloaded the clip. I can't remember how many comes in a clip. But by golly, by 5:30, I was up. So yeah, I'm going to have to redirect the way that I would like to wake up early in the morning. I want to wake up with an alarm on the phone or naturally by my body saying, girl, get up. Yeah, so if you don't learn anything else, when you're setting your goals for the month, the week, the day, be intentional and very specific in those things that you would like to have and manifest those things in the correct way. All right, so we got that out the way. All right, y'all, so let's talk about this back to school finale informational. The goal was for me to take you all shopping. We're not going shopping. I don't want to. I don't need to. And I'm going to give you all the last little bit of information that you're going to need from me. There's going to be a lot of channels starting to pop up with back to school videos on how to use your planner, how to be productive, how to write a list and all of that stuff. So I think y'all will be able to find some more good content that's going to come out. I've given you quite a bit to go off of, and you'll be able to, you know, review the videos again. So if you have 2, 3, or 4 weeks left coming up, there's going to be quite a few videos that you can utilize. I don't want to continue to beat a dead horse. I really feel like I have given some good information. I hope you do too. And so let's talk about where we are. As I am chatting with you all, I am going to be putting some stickers down in the places that I do a whole lot of stickers and marking a couple of days, just so I'm not just talking to the screen and not moving, okay? So on Wednesday, I attended my son's open house, okay? And one of the tips that I want to give to parents out there is please make time for your students' open house. I know some people, it's hard to get off of work. You don't know how to do that, but send a representative. I don't care if it's the grandparents, the guardian, neighbor, friend, whoever you can send to get that information. Go ahead and send that person to the school for that open house or that registration. And let me tell you why. A lot of times parents have an entitlement on the first day of school. You roll in the class and you take those wonderful pictures, snap, snap, click, click, and then you want to go talk to the teacher. I'm friends with quite a few educators, and so I want to speak on behalf of them quickly. The selfishness that we have as parents, I'm a parent, and sometimes we feel like you need to stop and drop everything that you're doing. The teachers don't have that time, especially on the first day of school. What many of you do not realize is the first day of school is one of the stressful times that teachers have. They're getting new kids adjusted, making sure the kids are getting to their proper places. And at the end of school, most of them want to make sure those kids get on the correct bus, in the correct car, and home safely, okay? So for you to come in the school on the first day expecting them to drop, stop, and be at your beck and call is just not gonna happen, okay? So if you have the ability to go to open house, make sure you go or send a representative. So I attended his back to school open house on Wednesday, and mind y'all, I don't like going to them. I would rather just sit in the house. I almost tried to talk myself out of it, but I knew better. So remember when I told you, if you're going to do back to school shopping, you want to kind of be mindful of buying too much too fast, because you don't know if the teacher is going to change a couple of things. Like they may add some different supplies, take some things away. You may have a new teacher versus the teacher you thought your kid was going to have. And so I'm glad that I did wait, because I did get some important information. I found out that there are certain sizes of the notebook they want. They wanted a 3 to 5 subject notebook, and they wanted it to be a 8 by 11.5 versus the 8 by 10 that I think is standard. Okay, so that was some good information to find out. I didn't waste money on a notebook that he would not have been able to use. He would have been able to use it, as she said, but he would have ran out of that notebook a little bit faster, which means I would have spent more money replacing another one. Okay, I also found out about some additional fees that I would have to pay. He is considered a senior. I don't know why they like to call these kids seniors in 5th grade and 8th grade and 12th grade in college. Like, listen, y'all team too much. So I found out that he has senior dues for $165, not to include the $40 yearbook. And so that was something else that I know, like, hey, I'm gonna have some fees coming up. And so that was information that was presented, and I was able to go ahead as I'm sitting on here and mark the 15th for the first payment. Okay, so they broke it down into installments if you wanted to pay by installments, and that was pretty cool, because as parents who may have limited incomes, you may not be able to just pay everything at one time, so that was an option. Also in the meeting, we were given a school calendar at a glance. Most of you all can access your school. Ooh, it's a whole lot of stuff falling, y'all. Can't you tell my desk not clean? They'll give you access to a school calendar at a glance, usually online for the county's district. Your district will have one available. Make sure you check that out. But your school will typically give you one as well, to include additional days that your kid may have activities at school, or there may be funds needed. So my suggestion with you for that, if you like to plan on camera, find a separate place that you can write those dates down, as well as input them into your digital calendar on your phone, on your device, on your computer, so that you do not forget about those days. If it's an extra day out of school and you need to plan ahead for work to take off, you want to go ahead and put those days in. Those are ways to be prepared for back to school. Often we assume that back to school is only about school supplies, and it's more than that. So that was some things that I learned from going to the meeting that I didn't want to go to. So I was happy that I attended that. They also talked about procedures for after school care, the price. I already did my research, so I knew that it would be an extra $300 fee. So I was really prepared for that. And so when I'm going down and doing this, I know you have to pay every Friday before the upcoming week. So the first week of school, I'm gonna just go ahead and pick him up, but I'm gonna prepare to go ahead and pay that after school fee starting on the 9th. Okay, so I wanted to give myself enough time to come up with those funds and not feel like I'm scrambling around to get that. So I know that every Friday before the upcoming week, those fees will be required. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna allow him to stay after school every single week. It's just up to how I want to work that in my budget. So those are some things that I'm putting down. All right, and all that is just payment due. Payment is due right here, and then I'll just go in and write the price. And remember, I do have another place where I keep fees down, but this is something that I need to see consistently in front of me. And so all I just did was $75, and then I just abbreviated payment, and then I'm putting that right here as well. And so what I'm gonna do is just focus on these first 2 weeks. If I see that I can go ahead and pay it up for the month, I will go ahead and pay it up for the month, so I'm not worried about, okay, am I gonna have it this week? Am I not? In addition to attending your child's open house and having the ability to talk to the teachers, that's when you can ask certain questions like, what do you expect out of my child? So you can have those conversations before school starts. And you don't have to say, well, what did your teacher say in school? Because you know, if you have a younger child, you're not going to get that information. You're going to just be talking to yourself. So those are tips that I highly suggest. Just attend it. Just go. If school doesn't start until September, y'all, you have more than enough time to take off or figure it out or find your representative to go. So that was that. And let's see what else. Oh, I also found out how much the PTO dues are. So I know they're $15. So I need to pay those, and I can pay that online. And so I'm going to put remember PTO dues. And we say PTO. Some people say PTSA. PTO is Parent Teacher Association. PTSA is Parent Teacher Student Association. I'm sorry. PTO is Parent Teacher Organization. PTSA is Parent Teacher Student Association. Okay. So pretty much one and the same, just a little bit different by the student being included in the other one. Okay, so I know that PTO dues are $15. So I went ahead and put that down. Remember that they're $15. And so again, these are the things that you incorporate in your calendar, whatever you're going to see the most. If you're going to see it more in digital, then you're going to track it in digital. If you're going to see it more in your paper, you're going to track it there. If you need both, by all means, utilize both. All right, so that is that. Let's talk about school supplies. And y'all, that's going to be it, because I done talked to y'all enough. Y'all got over probably 2.5, almost 3 hours of school material. All right, so back to school shopping. I was going to take you on a trip, but again, I just didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. There's no need. I can just tell you exactly some of the stores to frequent, where you're going to find a couple of better deals, and how to maximize that. All right. So if you live in the southern region, because I know there are some stores that do not exist in your area that may exist in mine, we're going to talk about the ones that are a little bit universal first. You have Walmart, Target. Many of you have Walgreens, CVS, and all of those type stores like that. Those are going to be some of your major go-tos. Surprisingly enough, I know y'all like Walgreens. Why would I go to Walgreens? They're typically higher. Don't sleep on your drugstores. Your drugstores tend to do heavy markdowns because they know a lot of people don't typically go inside of their stores for back to school shopping. So for example, I was able to pick up a 4-pack of dry erase markers. Wexford was the brand. They're a pretty decent brand, and they were 99 cents. Originally $4. I understand some of the teachers want Expo. If you're on a budget, you're going to get what you can get, and you're not going to feel bad about it. So those are good stores. Go into your drugstores and look. Now, that does not mean buy everything in the drugstore at one time, because some stuff is going to be significantly higher, and you kind of just have to know how to pick those things up. A pack of pencils, as long as it's the number 2 and it will show up on a grid test, that's what you're looking for. Number 2 pencils, that is the purpose of it, so the test reader can pick it up. They had an 8-pack for, I believe, 47 cents. Yes, I'm rambling this off the top of my head, y'all. Like, I genuinely love back to school shopping. So that's going to be some places that you want to go for those knick-knack items that tend to cost a little bit more. All right, so when we talk about Walmart and Target, yes, they have some good prices, but do not think Walmart is going to always be the better store. Psychologically, we have been trained to believe Walmart rollback prices, they're always better in prices. Walmart can tend to be a little high in some areas, so you want to be careful with that. In addition to Walmart and Target, you also have Staples. Staples has a lot of good sales, but Staples can be high. Staples can be a little bit higher on buying pens and pencils, but sometimes Staples will have good pricing on your spiral notebooks, your filler paper sometimes, but more so the spiral notebooks, your folders, you're going to find a decent price. You do not want to buy crayons from Staples. They're going to be a little bit higher. Here in Georgia, we have a grocery store called Kroger. Do not sleep on Kroger. Anywhere you have a store where you put your number in and then that price significantly drops, you want to check out some of those stores. So for example, Kroger has crayons. Yeah, I be trying to say it right, but I either say crayons, crowns. It just comes out real crazy. But they have them for 49 cents. It was either 47 or 49 cents. Whereas Walmart and Target, I think, are going to have them for 50 cents. Okay, so I know it's a couple of cents cheaper, but they have quite a few items inside of Kroger that you could get collectively, which would make sense to go into that store and you won't have to make so many different runs. So don't sleep on some of your grocery stores. Publix is a no-go. If you're in the South region, you know Publix is our bougie store. Some of their food items are going to be decent for back to school. They'll have the BOGO, buy one, get one free. So you want to check them for food items. Kroger also has an additional sale on lunch items where some items are $149, $179, $249 as long as you buy 5 of each, and you can mix and match products for those. Kroger also has 10 for 10. So anything that's 10 for 10, you can mix and match, and some of those items are also food as well as school supplies, so you can kind of get a lot for your money. All right, so that is that. What other stores did I leave out? Amazon. Again, one of the reasons I'm not taking you all shopping with me is because there are a couple of items that I'm just going to go grab on Amazon that are actually better priced than going in the store. He needs a TI calculator. The spiral notebook that he needs is a little bit more effective. With my son's school, here is something that they do. He goes to a charter school. So their first week is about character building. So we don't have to run out and get all the supplies right then and there. So if you know there are certain things that are not going to run out in the stores and you're like, hey, I need to wait another pay period, which might be the upcoming Friday, and I know that my son's school is not going to start, or daughter's school or children's school is not going to start, then you have a little flexibility to buy those items a little bit later. If you have gift cards, remember your gift cards are sources of money. I have two $25 Amazon cards, and yes, I should be using them solely on me, but if I need to use them, I'm going to use them for my son, okay? So that is that. As we wrap up this video, because we about to wrap it up, I ain't even wrote nothing down yet. I mean, I wrote that, but I ain't even really moving. I'm going to wrap it up by saying, get your children prepared. Starting on the weekend for school. I don't care if it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make them get up a little bit early. Now, today I didn't make him get up, but tomorrow and Sunday, I'm intentionally going to wake him up at 5:45. He can go back to sleep, but I'm going to wake him up at 5:45 so we can get him moving and get used to the routine before Monday, because I don't have time to fight no teenager, no preteen. So that is a tip. If your kid does not start school for 3 weeks, maybe a week out, I should have prepared a little better for that. Maybe start waking them up, setting the alarm, telling them to go downstairs and eat breakfast. Even if they go back to sleep, you're just going to start a routine with them. Make sure you set your alarms, maybe starting Saturday as a parent for yourself. Even if you're going to sleep in Saturday, let that alarm go off for the time that you're going to wake up on that Monday. So Monday, you're not looking like a scarecrow waking up like, what is happening? Okay, I know a lot of you work 9 to 5s, but even when school starts, your system changes because your kids are now involved in this let's get it together process if they haven't been in summer camp. So those are my tips to you all. I hope you learned from the video. And again, like I said, there are going to be some other channels that are going to start popping up with back to school shopping. They're going to give you ways to utilize your planner. I would say and suggest watch their videos, but you do not have to mimic their videos. You take what works for you and you combine it and you create a system that's going to get you and your family moving like you need to move. All right. So that's all I have for y'all. There'll be some new content coming to the channel. I won't be doing these super long talk throughs. Y'all know this is not my jam. Like, it's so not my jam. However, I did want to kind of bring this information to you because I definitely know back to school can be a stressful time if you're not prepared, okay? So you can check out the 3 videos that I did. Take notes, take what you want, discard the rest if it doesn't apply to you, and share the videos with anybody that can learn from the videos. All right, and as I said, there's going to be some additional content coming to the channel that's going to change a little bit. So let me briefly tell you about that. We are at 19 minutes. I need to be off this camp in 25 minutes. Okay, so we are going to have some new content coming to the channel. I'm not going to disclose all of that, y'all. I'm going to be real. Sometimes you talk too much and tell too much, and before you can get the video out, the masses have already started. But there is going to be some content. It is going to be more based around planners on this channel because I now have started a Patreon group for journal moments. It does not mean that you're not going to see journal moments on here. You're just going to see more sped up journal moments without much explanation. If you want to expand your journal moments, I would love for you to join Patreon. It's a smaller knit family, and I feel like I can do more with the people that genuinely want to learn how to journal and have access to me to help you along that process, okay? So you'll have planner stuff on here. You will have journal stuff sped up for the most part. And yeah, that's going to be that. So I'm excited about the new paths that Journal Jot and Jive is taking. I hope you are too. If you have been rolling, rocking with me, watching, whether you are subscribed or not, I appreciate you. I appreciate the views. The views help me any way that you have contributed to Journal Jot and Jive. I am super thankful because, as I said, my prayer is to get paid by playing in paper. Not necessarily playing, but y'all get it. I love paper. I love showing you how to use it. And I love bringing goals and ambitions into play and into life. All right. So that is that. Y'all have an amazing Friday. Don't wait for the weekend to live life. Live life every single day that you have the opportunity to do so. And remember to write your heart out.